Welcome back, beautiful souls, to another episode of Reset and Rise Midlife Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Sabrina Woods, and today our conversation is one that's going to pull back the curtains on something most of us never learned how to do, and that is seeing beneath the surface. This is episode 27, and we're talking about understanding the deeper issues as an observer and why often we avoid them, how we try to fix what's visible instead of healing what's real. And guess what? We're also going to learn how to shift roles into the role of an observer. We're not going to do this with judgment. Instead, we're going to move with compassion, not criticism. This can radically change you, not just how you see yourself, but how you relate to others. So grab your journal, your favorite drink, and settle in. This episode is rich, raw, and revealing. But let's start with truth. We are conditioned from a very young age to focus on symptoms, not systems. I'm going to say that again. We are taught from a very young age to focus on the symptoms, not systems. We fix the tantrum, not the wound. We obsess over weight gain, not the emotional weight. We zero in on the mess instead of asking what pain created this pattern. I used to say things like this: why can't I just stop using drugs? What's wrong with me? I need to change fast. But all of that came from a surface level mindset. I was trying to control my outer world without understanding my inner one. And that's what many of us do, especially in midlife. We see the clutter, the conflict, the cravings, and the cycles, and we try to clean them up. But friend, if you only sweep the floor without fixing the leak in the ceiling, guess what? You'll keep cleaning forever. We cannot heal what we refuse to see. Now let's talk about the observer role. Being an observer doesn't mean you check out or disassociate. It means you witness yourself with curiosity, not shame. I used to ask, what's wrong with me? But now, instead of asking what's wrong with me, I say, I wonder what this emotion, thought is connected to. And instead of reacting, I've learned to pause. And instead of judging, I learned to explore. This, my friend, is what I called a Socratic pause. This is a simple technique, but it's a powerful tool to help you access the deeper layer of the trigger, the thought, or the behavior. So when something uncomfortable arises, you may want to lash out, shut down, crave something, avoid something, or spiral. Instead, stop and ask, what else could this be about? Where did I learn this reaction? What part of me is trying to protect something right now? That 10-second pause when you ask yourself those questions, it stops the automatic reaction. It gives your nervous system a second to breathe. And it makes us respond as an observer, not the wounded child or the overwhelmed adult. But I bet you're asking, why is this important? because clarity lives in the pause. And clarity creates the change. Without it, we're just reacting from our programming, not responding from our power. But here's the thing. Working on surface issues isn't bad. But it becomes a bigger problem when we never go deeper. We start diets instead of asking why we're emotionally eating. We end relationships instead of exploring our communication blocks. We declutter our homes but not our hearts. We do this because going deeper means facing ourselves. It means sitting in the discomfort, owning the patterns, feeling what we're suppressing. And honestly, that is scary. So instead of we stay busy, productive, and fixing, and we wonder why there's nothing ever really shifting. But here are some ways that we hide from deeper issues. I feel like we need to talk about this, bring the issues to light. We overanalyzing others while ignoring our own inner conflicts. We overwork to avoid stillness and reflection. We people please to mask our own sense of unworthiness. We control situations so we don't feel so out of control on the inside. And we focus on others' flaws so we don't address our own healing. None of these make us bad. Ladies, sis, it makes us human. And they're all invitations, not judgments. But healing only begins when we stop hiding. But let's talk about a technique that I use. This has been really helpful for me understanding where my body is in the present moment. This technique is called the mini body scan. So I want you to do this with me. I want you to gently close your eyes if you're able to. If you're driving, ladies, save this video and come back to it later when you're in a safe place to close your eyes. If your eyes are closed, and I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold for 4 seconds. And then slowly let it out through your mouth. Now scan your body. Starting from your head, down to your jaw, into your chest, into your stomach, down through your legs. Ask yourself, where am I holding tension? Where do I feel heaviness? And most important, ladies, this is the question. The main question that's going to help us get to the deeper issue. What might that tension be saying? Don't judge. No judgment. This is a no judgment zone space. Remember, your answer is just information. It's your body stores your unspoken stories. And when you become the observer of your physical sensations, you can access your truth your mind avoids. And we can name labels. For instance, for me, anger, I feel it in my head. my whole head gets hot. Like I get the physical sensation of hot. Now that I do these mini body scans and I ask myself, what might this anger be telling me? I'm more inclined to understand my deeper issue. I'm not judging myself. I'm getting to my truth. But let's anchor this session with some incantations. Ladies, I know you hear me talk about incantations every single episode. And I can't express enough that the language we use with ourselves matters. If we're constantly feeding our soul negative, guess what? We're going to internalize that negative and it's going to come out in every area of our life. So we need to say our incantations with our bodies so our nervous system can be rewired. We're rewiring, reframing our thinking, and our nervous system needs to believe it. So you can whisper affirmations to yourself all day long. But if your nervous system does not believe that incantation, you're not being rewired. But if you feel your words in your body, in your voice, you single-handedly will rewire your nervous system to believe it. So scream it. Get in your fighting stance. And I want you to say, I witness myself with grace. I choose to look deeper, not blame harder. I listen to the whisper beneath the wound. I am safe to explore my truth. I am safe in this moment where there is no judgment. Now I want you to say it again. This time, more breath, more belief. I witness myself with grace. I choose to look deeper, not blame harder. I listen to the whisper beneath the wound now. I am safe to explore my truth. Yes, you are, ladies. Yes, you are. You don't owe anyone an apology or an explanation for rewiring your nervous system the way you need to. There's so many people right now that need healing. They need to be heard. They need to be loved. They need to be seen. But they're so afraid to look beneath and allow themselves to feel. They're afraid of what that hurt, that pain may be showing the world. But ladies, the world does not matter. What matters is you. You matter. Your healing matters, and you can heal. And you don't owe an apology to anyone for it. But I want to talk about the benefit of a deeper observation. What's the payoff? We're going to talk about what happens when you start seeing the surface. You stop reacting and start responding. You understand why you're triggered, not just that you're triggered. You begin to separate your old stories from your current reality. Guess what? Here's the kicker. You gain emotional intelligence, and that changes how you connect with others. And instead of projecting your present, instead of blaming, you're curious. And instead of performing, you're walking into your most authentic version of yourself. But ladies, I don't know about anybody but myself, but I can say this about me. I have let my emotions control me to the point where I drove every single person I cared about away from me. I put a bridge between me and them, and I said, don't you cross this bridge because I won't let you in. But guess what? My life transformed because of emotional intelligence. When I started truly understanding my inner landscape, I stopped expecting other people to be my GPS. I became someone who can hold space for others without needing to fix them. I remember when someone would tell me a conversation and my mind instantly went into fix mode. I was telling them their problem without even asking questions to get to the deeper issue inside of them. I didn't understand the deeper issue. I didn't understand the observer. But now I can have a conversation with someone and disagree without disconnecting. It happens with my husband often. We can sit and be our authentic selves with each other, say how we feel because we understand emotional intelligence. Neither one of us had a high EQ score when we started this relationship, but 8 years later, we are ready to renew our vows. And this is the biggest thing for me. I did not know how to apologize without collapsing. Every single time I apologized, I beat myself up. I didn't know how to set boundaries without guilt. I became a safer place for myself and others. And ladies, that is a powerful gift that often goes unnoticed and often quite unappreciated. But ladies, it's that time now where we're going to start our homework for this episode. You know how I feel about guided journaling and journaling prompts. There's freestyle journaling when we are just dumping our emotions and our thoughts on a blank piece of paper. But then there's guided journaling. The whole episode is about getting to the deeper issue, right? We cannot get to the deeper issue if we're not willing to challenge our own mind. So I want you to write down these 3 journaling prompts and take some time today, sometime this week, to reflect on them. Write down what comes up for you when you ask yourself these questions. Number 1, what patterns or habits do I keep trying to fix without exploring what's underneath? 2, when I pause before reacting, what do I notice about myself? Number 3, how would my relationship change if I showed up as a compassionate observer of myself and others? Ladies, getting to the deeper issue is not about judging ourselves. We can't heal what we don't know. We can't beat ourselves up for the information that we don't have. But becoming the observer doesn't mean you avoid accountability. It means you practice awareness before action. You stop putting band-aids on bullet wounds and you stop trying to be better. And you start becoming more honest. And from that place, you heal, you grow, and you reconnect. So, ladies, I just want to thank you for spending some time with me today. And if this episode spoke to you, please share it with a sister who's ready to go deeper. And don't forget, if you would like support on your journey, if you would like to be met in the space where you are in this chapter of your life, you can join me in my Passion and Purpose Midlife Coaching Program or download one of my free tools using the link in the episode overview. We do this work together, not alone. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind to yourself, and remember, you are not broken. You're becoming.